getting started would be like, they like pruning, but maybe not right now, right yet. Got one more person hang up on. This is worth chatting about. Did these grow wild at all here?
No, I haven't seen wild peaches. That would be great.
Yeah, we don't have them in Michigan either. So this is a peach tree. That's a better one. Like, I wouldn't harvest from this. I would harvest from that one. I would just prune it. And what I pick when I use this is like the new growth. So if we look at this branch here, we can see that it's woody, and then there's this new growth up to here. And this is what I would clip. And I would include the twigs and the stems and the leaves. If it was in flower, I would include the flower. But if it's past flower, I will use this all the way up until the leaves start to change color in the fall. And I found that my spring flowering peach is just as good as my midsummer peach, is just as good as my early fall peach. The one time I made a peach tincture that I didn't think it seemed fully developed is when I gathered it before it had flowered and the leaves were just really young, and I thought I was there and I would try, and it just didn't feel like as full. And there's some important things to know about peach. I'm going to tell you that it's really safe and you don't need to worry about it. I'm also going to tell you that peach, like black cherry and choke cherry and apple and hawthorn and elderberry and tapioca, they all have cyanogenic glycosides in them. And cyanogenic glycosides, let's say my fist is a cyanogenic glycoside and it's hanging out in the leaf, and then also hanging out in the leaf is this enzyme, and they're not really touching each other. But if I do that and I tear it, all of a sudden the cyanogenic glycoside and the enzyme come together, and when they come together they form hydrogen cyanide or hydrocyanic acid, which is a deadly poison. This is why I need to eat this right now. It does produce hydrogen cyanide. It just produces hydrogen cyanide at really low levels that are well within your body's ability to eliminate. Your body has natural elimination pathways for hydrogen cyanide, and when it's dangerous is when you consume too much all at one time and your body can't eliminate it. There's a long tradition of use of using peach leaf as medicine. There's a long tradition of use of using hawthorn as medicine. There's a long tradition of use of using wild cherry bark as medicine, and people are not keeling over from that. So an example where a tree with cyanogenic glycosides did end up killing someone from the hydrocyanic acid is there was a guy who really liked apple seeds, and he ate apple seeds all the time. And then one day he decided to all at one time eat about like a half cup of apple seeds.
What?
And he died.
Well, yeah. Good test.
So eating a half cup of apple seeds over the course of, and I actually don't know how many days you need to spread it out, but like eating, like, let's say I eat 2 apples a day, and the apples each have 5 seeds in them, and I just chew up the seeds, so I eat 10 seeds a day, dispersed probably. Maybe I eat 2 apples in a row, but maybe like with some time between them. No one's gonna die from that. If I save up all the seeds of my apples and then I eat them all at once, that can kill me. But if I had that many seeds and I ate 10 a day until they were gone, that wouldn't kill me. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Right? I've already talked about how I think about for peach leaves. Like, one of the things that I'll do is, like, some people, if they go like that with their fingernail, almost immediately you'll see this red streaky line because their body is like, something happened, I'm gonna do my inflammatory thing, because it's hyper-reactive. And peach doesn't stop that from happening, but it reels it in. So for example, if you have histamine sensitivity or mast cell activation syndrome and you're using ragweed and peach, they will not make you not have it anymore. They will reel it in. If you have an autoimmune condition that is flaring, using peach is not going to make you not have an autoimmune condition, but it'll tone it down a few notches, and that helps. Like sometimes we do stuff that helps. We can't make everything go. Like, I wish we could make everything go away, but this is not real. Right? That's not realistic. So I think about peach for doing that. Another thing that peach has been traditionally used for is like hyperemesis in pregnancy, but also in other things. So like if someone gets pregnant and they're vomiting and vomiting and vomiting and vomiting and vomiting and vomiting and vomiting, that's not only a horrible experience, because again, who wants to vomit that much? Even the cleansy people are not going to like that. It's also dehydrating, and it's dangerous, right? You can get dehydrated, and dehydration is dangerous. Peach is something that is really good for that presentation. What else is good for like nausea and vomiting in pregnancy? Ginger. Okay. When would I use peach? When would I use ginger? If I saw someone and they had really terrible morning, afternoon, evening, midday, middle of the night sickness, and they were vomiting a whole lot, and it was really concerning, and I looked at them and they were really like fleshed and red and hot and sweaty, they don't need ginger. They've already got peripheral circulation happening. They need something that's more cooling, and peach is more cooling in nature. So peach as a cooling herb doesn't just decrease the overactivity of the immune response, it can kind of like diminish sort of like just that too pronounced overexpressed circulatory stimulation that is happening in some people and make them feel better. So and just, I mean, as a third contrast that we're not in front of, but like if someone was also really anxious and really tense, I might think about catnip as something that I could use for someone with you know, a lot of intense nausea. And it doesn't need to be morning sickness related to a pregnancy. It could be just like you get the stomach flu and you're throwing up and throwing up and throwing up and throwing up. And really, we're not suppressing a response to like some bad food or an infection. After you've thrown up enough times that you're like, there's nothing else in there, continuing to throw up is just dehydrating you and it's bad for you. Same thing with diarrhea. After you had like faucet butt diarrhea, like, you know, like it's kind of like, it's like you had a quart jar's worth of water and it just sounds like you poured it into the toilet. There wasn't even any solid in there. Like after that happens 2 or 3 times, you don't need to keep having that happen. Your body got rid of everything it could. Now you need to hold on to your fluids, and you would think about using an astringent. So using this for really severe nausea is just a really great thing. You can use, what I like in terms of a tea is like doing a cold infusion. I feel like when it's hot, the flavor is a little bit intense, and I think it actually works better cold. And then the tincture is also really nice. I wish that I could pass around the cool peach tincture that I have, except that it also has gelsemium in it, which is like dangerously toxic, and yeah, I can't. Sorry.
Yeah, why do you have that?
That's a whole nother.
For the energetic.
What it is, I mean, it's a really, yeah, it's a potentially deadly poison, but the difference between medicine and poison is dosage.
Yeah. Can I ask you, are you carrying that around for like an emergency for something specific?
In case you're almost dead and you just want to just...
It's just like a really, really hot thing. Like, oh, I'm out in like, I'm gonna do a class that is essentially only in an environment like this for about 7 hours in like a week, and so this can be helpful for that.
Oh wow. Cool.
Yeah. So it's like really quite clean. It's a very, yeah. If you are new to herbalism, don't have anything to do with gelsemium. If you're into homeopathy, whatever, fine, take their homeopathic gelsemium. Herbal gelsemium is not like that. It's incredibly dangerous. If you're new to herbalism, you shouldn't even have it. But yeah, I can't pass the peach around. Otherwise it'd be fun too because it tastes great. This actually tastes great, but I can't responsibly pass it around.
Cold infusion, like a cold brew.
Cold infusion. So dry the leaves, crush them up, let them sit in cold water like overnight, and then strain them out. And you can compare and contrast. You can make this with hot water. I just think the cold infusion both tastes better and works better. The information about, again, the hydrosanic acid, I don't think we need to really stress about and be scared of. In the reasonable average doses of tincture, it's nothing to be concerned about. Yeah, the hot water will bring out a lot more of the bitterness in it. Okay, it's 3 o'clock. Thank you everyone so much. Wait, one more question. One more question, hang on.
It's disappointed, it doesn't taste like peaches.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't quite taste exactly like peaches. Hold on. Hold on.
Peach pits, actually. Tastes like that cyanide.
Sarah Jane, Cherie. Sarah Jane, Cherie.
Sherry?
Sarah Jane, Cherie.
Sherry. That's her.
Oh, okay. All right.
Sherry?
Sheree?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I can make a pastry.
All right. And you're the other person that is with Sherry? Okay. All right, cool. This is my check-in. Cool, yeah, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I would totally come back.
You come back. You come back next week.
I wasn't on your list for some reason. I got a confirmation email. And then,
Oh.
But I'm Leah's mom, so just leave me
I don't think he knows who I am.
Uh-huh.
I'm one of the ones that grows the herbs.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's why she was assuming that you would know me. But yeah, it's nice to meet you. Thank
Yeah.
you so much. There's some great
email that said I registered, but I didn't.
So, well, if you got an email that says you registered, that means you paid.
I'm gonna head.
Oh.
How did I get this
Okay.
RSVP email when I didn't pay? That's why I brought you cash. Anyway, I'm really grateful. Thanks
Oh,
for your
thank
time.
you.
Thank you so much.
That's a pleasure.
Yes, thank you.